This part begins, and we see the sect master, who is very angry, and he says angrily, "Do you think you can stop me by organizing a chess game?" And he squeezes his fists tightly, due to which his hands start bleeding. And he says, "If I can't solve this game, someone else can." That mountain makes a very loud noise, which a yellow-haired girl notices. Then she comes out and looks, and she says, "The buried immortal mountains are exposed. The ancestral prophecy coming true?" And another boy also sees this thing and he says, "Patriarch, is the immortal king you speak of coming?" Then the yellow-haired girl says nervously, immediately sends an order to the heavenly realm, inviting cultivators from the 4 directions to the buried immortal mountains to seize the opportunity. The birth of the immortal king brought blood and chaos, but also brought hope. Those who had the opportunity to obtain it would calm things down and establish the first realm of heaven again. Afterwards, news of Huang Tianzhou quickly spread throughout the skies. After this the scene shifts, and we see Li Fan, who is listening to Nanfang's play, and Nanfang is engrossed in her play, and everyone is very happy to hear Nanfang's play. Then Xiling comes to Nanfang, and hugs her, and says to her, "Congratulations, big sister, for breaking through the next level." And the boy says, "Impossible! A song that destroys the heavenly realm." Fortunately, I had also broken through the true immortal realm, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get along. It's just that senior brother Lu has been trapped in the true immortal. Now we see Lu Rang, who is talking to the grass, and saying, "Grow up, little grass, daddy loves you." The boy comes to Lu Rang, and the boy says to Lu Rang, "I've heard of people who regard thieves as their father, but this is the first time I've seen someone who regards grass as his son." After some time, the woman and Linger come near Li Fan's house, and Li Fan asks them to come inside. Then both of them come near Li Fan and greet Li Fan and say, "Senior, thank you for giving the judgment on the dispute between us and them. Other major alliances has completely ended." After listening to both of them, Li Fan is thinking, no matter how chaotic your circle is, what matters is the work. And the woman tells Li Fan one more thing, and she says, "By the way, senior, there is an old man from Huang Tianzhou Prefecture who wants to come and visit you. He claims to have an important problem that only you can solve." And hearing this, Li Fan is in deep thought. They must have recognized me as a calligrapher and wanted me to enter a calligraphy competition. Then Li Fan says, "I won't participate in what he says." But Li Fan is thinking, right now it's still important to recruit disciples. After all, this is a system task. After completing it, I might be able to cultivate immortality. And as soon as Linger listens to Li Fan, she thinks, as expected, everything is in Li's senior plan. Then Linger says to Li Fan, "Senior Li, of course you don't have to go personally, it's just that the younger generation of the Alliance and major powers are already heading to Huang Tianzhou. What do you think?" And Li Fan thinks, "True, it depends on the age group." The boy and Lu Rang come there and both of them say, "Master, let me go." And Lu Rang also says, "Master, I want to go too, so we can take care of each other on the way." And Li Fan says to both of them, "I was just about to call you too. Quickly pack up and leave." Both of them become very happy after listening to Li Fan. And Lu Rang starts filling the grass in a pot, and seeing this Linger gets surprised, and she says to the woman, "Didn't he want to bring the grass pot?" The boy takes out his pan, and he says to Li Fan, "Master, I want to bring a pen, but I really can't control this pen." Li Fan thinks after listening to that boy, "It's true, I feel that this pen is a bit heavy, and not very suitable for a calligraphy competition." And Li Fan asks to wait for just a minute, and Li Fan catches the white cat and plucks some hair from its head. But the white cat feels a lot of pain. Then Li Fan makes a brush from the white cat's hair, and this makes the white cat very angry. She takes out a knife, and looks at Li Fan angrily and says, "You! How dare you pull out my glorious hair?" And Li Fan laughs and says, "Cat, hair, pen. Yuqing, take this pen. This cat pen is much lighter than teacher's." Li Fan gives that cat pen to the boy, but seeing that cat pen, both Linger, Lu Rang and the woman are surprised, and they are thinking, this was no cat pen, it was definitely a white tiger immortal pen, which could even be included in the immortal armaments list. And the boy starts writing something with that pen. One brush stroke has its own wind and thunder, and lasts for centuries, and it is the Tao of the world. Then the boy says thank you to Li Fan, but Li Fan laughs and tells him, no need to say thank you, just go to the study room and take the sunset painting painted by me with you. Li Fan is thinking, although Yu Qing's calligraphy was quite proficient, it was still not enough to meet an expert. The boy is thinking, Master, for this trip he gave his treasure to escort us. After some time, Lu Rang and the boy are now leaving for their journey. And Li Fan comes to the gate to drop them, and Li Fan is saying to both of them, if you meet someone who wants to seek this path, you should bring them back here, as I still have a few minor skills that lack a successor. The most important thing is to have a special hobby like you. Hearing Li Fan's words, both their faces change, and both are looking at each other, and they are thinking, I'm afraid the little skill the master mentioned is some kind of scary path. Master has taught each of us how to play music, paint, calligraphy, farming, etc. and all sorts of skills. He still needs to pass it on to others, he really knows everything. Then Lu Rang laughs with a creepy smile and says, don't worry teacher, I'll definitely bring back some candidates that are to your liking. Li Fan says goodbye to both of them, and they both leave for their journey. Then Li Fan turns back, and says to the girl, Gong yes, even though you're just a servant, you have to learn some things, like the tea ceremony, you're very lack in skills. The girl bows her head and says, I also asked Li Qian to give me a hint. After some time, next to the teleportation formation in the Taiyan Holy Land. And the first master and second master have come to this place. And the first master is speaking to Lu Rang and the boy. The two senior disciples Li will come out on their own. Wait a moment. We will open the teleportation array immediately. And the boy says thank you to both of them. Then the first master and second master teleport both of them to another place. Then both of them are saying, did Mr. Lu bring a grass pot? First master says it wasn't ordinary grass. I felt a terrifying sword aura on it. After some time, Lu Rang and the boy get teleported to another place. But Lu Rang is getting a headache because of that teleportation magic circle. And the boy puts his hands on his face and says, you. Don't throw you up. I'm warning you. Next, we see a flying ship. And in that flying ship a girl is saying, this is the sacred drink of the Duanmu family. And that girl was talking to this F-boy. And this F-boy is saying, why don't you two drink to relieve fatigue? And the girl says smilingly, no merit, no reward. My sister and I would like to thank your Lord Duan. And the other girl says, Mr. Duanmu, someone vomited in front of you and can you still drink? Just then Lu Rang and the boy come to that place. And Lu Rang vomits, and F-boy sees them. And seeing them, F-boy covers his nose, and he says, turn, stay away from those two hobos. Lu Rang and the boy come to their flying ship, and they both say, please forgive me brother, can you give us a lift? But F-boy says, forget those two, let's go. But people around say, who are those two, they look so poor. And a girl comes behind the F-boy, and she says, wait a minute, those two people don't seem like ordinary people, how about giving them a lift? After listening to the girl's words, the F-boy wants to make an impression on the girl, so he says, since Miss Qinglan said so, how could Duanmu refuse to comply? Then Lu Rang and the boy are saying happily, thank you. Where are you guys from? Are you going to Burial Immortal Mountain? Then the F-boy says, we're members of the Earth-Wind Alliance, so of course we're going to Burial Immortal Mountains. And Lu Rang laughs and says, good, we can form a team and explore Burial Immortal Mountain together. Fuckboy is surprised to hear Lu Rang's words and he says, form a team? I don't know where you guys are from. Where did you study? Lu Rang tells him, we're from the village. And hearing this the F-boy says, sorry, everyone on my ship is a leader of the Earth-Wind Alliance's younger generation, so I don't need to work with you two. You two take a seat in the corner. And Lu Rang gets angry after listening to the F-boy's words, but the boy tries to calm him down. Then both of them sit in a corner, and Lu Rang is saying to the boy, that boy is annoying. And the boy says to Lu Rang, the master asked us to go to Burial Immortal Mountain, and it's not too late to beat him up until the place is cleared. And Lu Rang becomes happy after listening to the boy's words, and he starts smiling evilly, and says, I can't believe your mind. Is that evil? And the boy says, learn more from yours brothers. Just then the F-boy comes near both of them and says, "This is my Dwanmu family ship, not a place for cats and dogs to defecate in the open. How dare you vomit here? Don't blame me for kicking you out." And after listening to the F-boy's words, Lu Rang gets very angry and he moves forward to directly attack the F-boy and he says, "Damn it, Dugu, don't hold me back. I'll tell him what your mouth is your beast means." But a guy comes in front of F-boy and he says, "Hey you Hicks, you dare to show off in front of your brother Duan?" And F-boy says, "If it wasn't for the lady who asked to let you on board, you'd be corpses by now." Then two girls come to that place and one of them says, "In a ship this big, are two more people not enough? Treat others with humility, is it too rude to treat them like this?" Seeing those two girls, F-boy says to his man, "Don't you know the common sense of these two villagers, just let them stay here." And the man says, "If it wasn't for your Lord Duan, I'd have kicked these two Hicks out already." And the boy calms Lu Rang and says, "Forget it brother, what the master explained more important." And Lu Rang says, "When I get to that place, I will definitely kill that donkey." After some time, all those people are about to reach their destination. Then F-boy is saying, "How many immortals have been buried in this burial immortal mountain, the evil spirit is so strong." And another man says, "Your Lord Duan, it looks like we'll have a great opportunity this time." Then the F-boy walks up to those two girls, and asks them, "How about we enjoy a drink together?" And both the girls agree to this. After this, all three of them are drinking together. Just then the boy comes to that place, and the boy says to those two girls, "Wait. I advise these two ladies not to drink the wine." F-boy gets angry after seeing the boy, and he says to him, "What are you looking for? And two people are talking, that person is really rash. Maybe they got greedy after seeing your master Duan." And a girl asks the boy, "Why is that?" So in response the boy says, "The reason why this wine should not be drunk, I think your Lord Duan must know clearly in his heart." And after listening to the boy's words, F-boy gets very angry, and he says angrily, "You two humiliate me again and again. Do you think that I, your two, have a good temperament?" But the boy tells him, "Since you said there is no problem with them wine, do you dare to make an exchange with the two girls?" And F-boy says, "Who do you think you are? Hey! Why should I obey your orders?" But Lu Rang teasingly says to him, "Have you seen it? This boy was greedy for the bodies of the two girls, and wanted to do something wrong, and he became angry after being exposed by my little brother." Then both the girls say to that F-boy, "Thank you Mr. Dwanmu for taking care of me all this time, me and my brother will say goodbye." And this F-boy really wanted to fuck both those girls. But its plan did not work. And his heart is broken. But this F-boy says, "Miss Jinglan, do you also doubt me?" And Lu Rang is saying while leaving this place, "Little brother, let's go too. This ship is full of smoke, don't scold us both anymore." But this F-boy is very angry, and he says, "Come whenever you want, and leave as you please. Think our family is easy to bully? Come on. Kill them." Then Lu Rang and the boy are surrounded by F-boy's men. And everyone is going to attack both of them together. But the boy starts beating all those men very easily. And seeing this, F-boy and his men are shocked. And that F-boy's men are saying, "This person's cultivation was extraordinary, and even the Supreme was not his opponent when he raised his hand? I thought they were pseudo-immortal. This age could be called the pride of heaven." And Lu Rang is saying smilingly, "Little brother, you are too serious. Why are you attacking so hard? Isn't this the same as slapping your master Duan's face?" Then two people come to that place, and one of them says, "The two people who hurt our Duan's family over there, don't you think that's too domineering?" And looking at both of them a man says, "It's a fairy. After all, your Duan family is a big family in the Earth-Wind Alliance." And F. Boyer is laughing inside his mind looking at both of them, and saying, "Remember in your next life, in this world, aptitude isn't the most important thing, but background is important too." But Lu Rang has no problem with those people. He puts his finger in his nose and says to them, "Regarding the matter of taking your Duanmu family boat, I honestly regretted it the whole time. If I had known beforehand that this boat was full of these despicable and shameless people, I would have rather walked into the burial immortal mountain range, And both people get angry after listening to Lu Rang's words. And both of them move forward to directly attack Lu Rang. But before they attack, Lu Rang takes out his grass, and a dangerous killing intent starts coming out from inside that grass. Seeing which, both of them stop, and one of them says, "What kind of grass is this? Why do you have such terrifying killing intent?" And the other man says, "I think his value is still higher than the fairy. This kid has a lot of background." And Lu Rang is speaking to both of them. "Compared to his background, your entire Earth-Wind Alliance is not qualified enough." Now both of them are scared after seeing the killing intent of that grass. Now that is why both of them are smiling and saying, "Neither of us have eyes as big as a mountain, so please blame me." And people around are confused as to what is happening right now. And one of them is saying, "Your Duan family immortal actually apologized to those two countries, bumpkins?" And F-boy is very surprised, "What just happened?" But the man says to Lu Rang, "I don't mean to offend, two hyans please." And the boy puts his hand on Lu Rang's shoulder and says, "Forget it, brother, let's go." Then both of them pass by that F-boy, and also push him. And Lu Rang tells that F-boy, "Next time, don't get involved in such recklessness, you little rascal." And at the same time both the girls say goodbye to the F-boy, and both of them also start leaving this place. But F-boy is getting very angry, and he is saying, "Fatty, let's wait and see. When my brother from the Earth-Wind Alliance arrives, I will have you die without a body intact." Then that F-boy is saying, "Uncle, could it be that these two are masters?" And the man says, "That fat man has an indescribable magic weapon. Once he uses it, we will all die." Hearing this, F-boy gets nervous. After some time, those two girls and these two boys come behind the bushes. And both those girls are saying, "Thank you, if it wasn't for you two, perhaps our sister would have received a letter from your Duanyang." And the boy says, "No need to thank you." Then Lu Rang asks both of them, "Miss Lianzhan, Miss Xia Yao, you don't have to be polite. I want to ask, do you have any special hobbies?" And hearing this, one girl gets shy, but the other girl gets angry, and she says, "What do you do? Think we are?" Lu Rang says to that girl, "If not, then just say no. Why must I shout?" Then the boy points to one side and says, "Brother, the mountains of eternal burial are ahead." Then they all reach the entrance, and there is a guard near the entrance, and he says, "Who are you? Anyone who is not the leader of the younger generation should not enter here." And both the girls show their tokens, due to which the guard asks them to go inside. But as soon as she sees guard Lu Rang and the boy, she says, "What about you two?" And Lu Rang points towards those two girls and says, "We are with them." But the guard does not believe Lu Rang's words, and she says, "Do you think I'm stupid? The Xian sect only accepts female disciples. You wild mountains and villages also have the audacity to come here to humiliate yourselves." But the girl turns back and says, "They are both our retainers." Hearing the girl's words, the guard allows them to go inside, and she says, "It is said that the women of the Xian sect are all pure and flawless, but it seems that is not the case." Then they all start going inside, and a banquet is going on inside. And as they all go inside, a man appears in front of the two girls, and he says, "Saintess Qinglan, Xiao Yao, you guys are here. By the way, where is your second brother?" And seeing that man, F-boy raises his hands and says, "Brother Ning, I'm here." Then F-boy goes to that man, and that man is saying to F-boy, "Isn't your Duan brother together with the two saints?" And he tells F-boy, "Brother Ning doesn't know, those two people are scammers of those two saints, and made a misunderstanding between us." Then Lu Rang and the boy come near them. And Lu Rang points his finger towards that F-boy and says, "Your Duan, the villain is here you, how dare you slander us?" And the man looks at Lu Rang and the boy and asks, "What family do? Where do you come from?" And Lu Rang tells him, "We came from our village." Why? After listening to Lu Rang, the man says, "In front of so many people, you two insulted your second brother. Could it be that you guys are looking down on me, Alliance Earthwind?" Lu Rang again points his finger towards that F-boy and says, "Did I insult him?" He poured dope to harass the two girls. As soon as other people hear Lu Rang's words, they all start talking to each other. And seeing this, F-boy gets very angry. And he starts speaking to Lu Rang, "You slanderer, My Duan's family is well known, how could you insult me to your heart's content? But Lu Rang tells F-boy, but you are such a lecherous bastard, you have truly disgraced your Duan's family. And F-boy gets even more angry by this and says, if I remember correctly, the main alliance has already sealed off this place, and those who doubt are not allowed to enter. And who are you two? Quickly get out of here. And Lu Rang again points his finger at F-boy and says, I doubt? Isn't he the one who doubts?